I'm Kevin Hauser, founder of Lyralux, a lighting company formed to commercialize a technology that makes object colors appear beautiful at all light levels, from very bright to very dim. I've spent the last 2 decades collaborating with the professional lighting industry. I'm one of the editors of the 10th edition Lighting Handbook, widely considered the Bible of lighting in North America. And I'm also editor-in-chief of LUCOS, the technical journal of the Illuminating Engineering Society. I have a business advisor that's a former vice president of research and development for a large LED lighting manufacturer, and also former chief technology officer for a very successful LED startup. He's now a partner in a venture capital firm. Let me explain the market problem that Lyralux is addressing. Ordinary lighting products are not tuned to how the visual system processes color information at low light levels. This is a problem because there are many end-use applications where color rendering quality is very important, but they also occur under low light. For example, artwork is often presented at low light for reasons of conservation. Yet this can be very frustrating for somebody looking at the art because important details such as color contrast are lost at those low light levels. I'll come back to that image, but I want to spend a moment on another application, which is restaurant lighting. We often dim lighting in restaurants for reasons of amenity, to create relaxation, to create privacy, and to create intimacy. However, with all current lighting solutions, dimming the lighting also comes with a reduction in the color quality of the objects, including the food that is in the restaurant environment. I've developed a multi-emitter LED lighting technology where we have a highly engineered variable spectrum that can be tuned to how the visual system operates at both high light levels and at low light levels, creating exceptional color quality through the whole range of dimming. This technology is patent pending, and we've trademarked the phrase dim to vivid to encapsulate this innovation. Let me spend a little time on this particular image right here. So you can imagine this painting that's up on the screen now as being something that would appear in a museum or in a restaurant setting, or even in a person's home. Right now is how that painting would appear under typical dimmed lighting conditions. What I'm going to do is change it. I want you to look at the screen now. And so I'll toggle back and forth. So this is typical dim light conditions, and this is Lyralux dim light. In this case, when we go between typical and Lyralux, what we're doing is we're bringing out the skin tones, we're bringing out the red in the robe. The museum lighting market is approximately $500 million a year. This is the first market that we would go after. The first product that's in development is a flood lamp known to lighting professionals as a PAR 38. We've selected this lamp because it's very common in museum lighting. It's the workhorse of museum lighting. We'll go to sale through professional sales channels. And in 2018, we're doing final engineering on our late-stage prototype. In 2019, we'll be doing final engineering on a minimum marketable product. And we expect our first sales in 2020. And with that, I'd like to return to questions. Thank you.
I went first last time.
Great presentation. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, John.
Do you have any evidence you can share with us that museums are excited about this, and what kinds of comments are you getting, things like that?
Great question. So I've done a fair bit of customer discovery. I have colleagues at the Getty Museum, the Smithsonian Museum, the National Gallery London, all that have been very interested in this idea. I also have deep connections within the professional lighting industry, the specification community that does lighting design for these projects. It's a well-known problem that there is problems at low light levels, and people that are operating museums want to improve the experience of looking at artwork under low light conditions.
And the floodlight product that you displayed there, your pricing compared to what's in the market now, your cost?
Great question. So the incumbent technology is halogen light sources, which are a product that are less than $10. There are LED products on the market as well that don't do what we're doing, but there are a small number of multi-emitter variable LED lighting products. They sell for as much as $150. So our price will be competitive. Will probably be around $100 per lamp.
Okay. And just a sense of what it's going to cost to produce that?
What our cost will be.
Yeah.
Our primary cost is in actually the multi-emitter array. That would probably be somewhere in the $35 to $40 range. We have other small components like aluminum heat sink and things like that.
Sure.
Which will be lower cost pieces.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the IP? When have these patents been granted, or what stage are we in the IP process?
Sure.
The number, and when have these been granted?
Sure. So we filed a provisional patent in March of 2016. It was 17, sorry. It was converted to a full filing just earlier this year in February. So we're relatively early in that process. We have trademarked, I mentioned the trademark for dim to vivid. We have another trademark on the phrase dim to vibrant. So that's where our intellectual property stands.
So, but what is the patent
Oh,
going to
the-
block others from doing what you're doing? You said there was some other lamps out there that have some variable lighting.
So our particular, the particular place that we've scoped out in the market is low light levels. There's nobody else that's doing anything at low light levels. So there are multi-emitter products that are designed to illuminate things at high light levels, but our particular technology is especially suited to low light levels. I do want to mention, though, that the platform that we're developing, the multi-emitter platform, and the vision of Lyralux is much broader than museum lighting and hospitality applications. So the underlying technology is also suitable for things like horticultural lighting, where plants require a certain spectrum of light to grow, and for circadian photobiology, which brings in a whole new range of other applications. Those are downstream from where we are right now, which we are a fairly early company.
So you say it's $100 a lamp. So if you're going to a restaurant, I mean, how are you going to, that seems to me to be expensive. I don't know really.
No,
but
that went actually
it's
for the.
not expensive?
No, not at all. For the
How long do they last?
These will last, generally with LEDs, we're talking about products that will last more than 20,000 hours, in comparison to, say, an incandescent lamp that would last 1,000 hours.
Okay.
So we are very cost competitive with other products of LED lighting products.
And you say you're going to market to professional, I mean, how are you going to
Sure.
get out
So
there?
the professional lighting design community, there's roughly 450 lighting design firms in the United States. They're not equally distributed. There's 65 in New York City alone. Those are the companies that are basically doing the lighting design for high-end residences, high-end residential, museums. And so we're not going through the mass market retailer chains. We're going through the professional design community.
Will it make it easier to see generally? I mean, I know I can't see a darn thing in a restaurant anymore, but.
Yes, it will. And our technology is very interesting because it enhances color contrast at low light levels. So whenever you have low light levels and you put our technology compared to ordinary dimming, it absolutely enhances contrast as well as color.
So I don't need this anymore, right?
Well, I won't go that far. We don't change your visual acuity, so you still might have blur.
Just one other point when it comes to these lightings, like say, for example, in certain restaurants where the menu is enlightened, is that an area where this technology also can find utility? So I've seen a couple of menus where as you open the menu book, because there's dim light, there's a light that's within the menu that kind of enlightens the menu for people to read. So is this, so what is there right now, and how likely can you enter that space? Because you already have a gadget that's there ready.
Sure. Well, I'll be honest. We didn't conceptualize this as something that would be like a surface lighting product. This is something that would be integrated with the architecture. So indeed, however, I mentioned PAR 38 as being the first lamp. The technology platform that we're developing is suitable for other products. So our second product would be a 4-inch downlight, which is a very common product for illumination of museums, illumination of restaurants.
Okay, and with that, we're out of time.
Okay, thank you very much.